What's up, people? This is RGC and welcome to another video. I've decided I'm going to do a suggested games for the consoles I collect for, and I was actually planning to do this one last, but I said why not, since the stuff was already out. And that is my N64 collection. I'm going through it and I'm going to suggest a few games that you should pick up. It's up to you if you want to go out and buy them or not. I know games cost money, but you know I have pretty high standards, so for the most part, I think you can trust me on these being games worth purchasing. And the cool thing about the N64 is it's not many games worth purchasing, so you can save a lot of money by not buying a lot of games and just buying the good ones. So that being said, let's get started. So when it comes to suggested games for the N64, in no particular order, one game I suggest is Mischief Makers. Good game, platformer, kind of quirky. It's a good game. I'm not going to review it or anything like that. Once you get used to the controls, it's a great platformer. The story isn't the best, but it's worth the, I guess, 10 to 15 bucks it usually goes for. Good game, pretty cool controls. It's different, some alchemy elements when it comes to mixing and trying to traverse the stage using various items, but good game. So pick it up, and it actually has some pretty great graphics, some of which seem to really push the N64. So I suggest picking that up. Another game I do suggest picking up is Star Fox 64. I don't have my loose copy out, so I'm just going to suggest picking it up. You know, it kind of revolutionized the rail shooters for the N64, at least in America. Pretty cool predecessor to the Super Nintendo one, but I like the Super Nintendo one more. Next up, F-Zero X. It's a racing game, of course, following up the original F-Zero on the Super Nintendo. This game actually runs at 60 frames per second on the N64. That's pretty amazing considering that the N64 was a 5th gen console. So good game, not easy. Of course, none of the F-Zero games really were easy, and you already know F-Zero GX was pretty hard. But yeah, not easy, but cool game. You should like it. It's worth the money, so pick it up. All right, some other lesser known games for the N64 that don't get enough credit, at least one series, is the Extreme G series, which is a futuristic racing franchise consisting of mostly bikes, or consisting of motorcycles or bikes. Good game, racing action. You get to utilize weapons, as well as like shields and whatnot to defeat your enemies or opposing bikes. Competition. Amazing soundtrack, fast-paced action, good game. Pick it up. This is the sequel, Extreme G2, but the original Extreme G is great as well. So pick both of these games up. Not that expensive either. Okay, next up, Diddy Kong Racing. Good game, great story, much more involved story than the game it kind of came after, which is often compared to it, and that's Mario Kart 64. I'm going to be honest with you, this is really the better game overall comparing the two. I just don't really like Diddy Kong Racing. I don't like the fact that you got to collect the coins and you got the reverse tracks and all that other kind of stuff. It's really a long-winded game. And the AI, I really don't like the AI too much. It's not as rubber bandish as the Mario Kart game, but still, it's a good game. Rareware and Nintendo are pretty much the main people you want to stick to for the N64. Outside of that, you're not going to find many good games. But this is a gem on the N64. Much respect to it and those who like it. Definitely worth picking up. Multiplayer, I don't like it as much as the Mario Kart one, but it does have more diversity in the gameplay and the battle mode. Okay, next up, Fighter, Killer Instinct Gold. This is the port of the arcade game Killer Instinct 2 to the N64. As expected, you know the arcade version is going to have better graphics, better music, whatnot, video and all that type of stuff. But N64 couldn't handle all that. Good game, but Gargus is the last boss, kind of sucked. I like Idol better. I like the original game better. But it's a decent game worth having. Good fighter, worth the money. Next up, cheap game. Should pick it up. That's Wipeout 64. Good game. Not much, if any, story, but it's a racing game. Hovercraft, anti-gravity crafts. Fast-paced action. You got weapons. You got futuristic music and cool backgrounds and colors and stuff like that. Good game, worth picking up. Not that expensive, so you won't be out of money or much money if you don't like it. Next up, Pokemon Snap. You already know this is Snap. You're going around taking pictures of Pokemon. Some people really love this game, and the graphics are pretty good considering its time and whatnot. So pretty cool, worth picking up. Next up, a cutesy platformer, and that is Yoshi's Story. This game was geared clearly toward younger audiences, much like most Nintendo games are. But it's really simplistic platforming. Good game. Yoshi's, you're saving Yoshi's, you're trying to do something with a tree of happiness or something like that. I haven't played much of it, whatever, but it's a good game, definitely worth having. Let's see. And as I stated before, Rareware and Nintendo are pretty much the only people you need to get games from on the N64. Banjo-Kazooie, you already know this platformer, pretty good. Great game. Banjo-Tooie as well. So I suggest picking both of those up. Alright, and continuing on, we have pretty much the only shmup on the Nintendo 64, and that's Star Soldier, Vanishing Earth. So a shooter, rail shooter, shmup, or shoot 'em up as some people call them. Good game, worth picking up. A little bit more on the uncommon side. You won't see that game too frequently. I'm not saying it's rare, but it's not a game many people even know exists. Kind of more on the obscure side as well. Okay, Dr. Mario, a puzzle game, steep learning curve, but when you get good at it, you're good at it. It's a pretty cool game. Yeah, worth having. Pick it up. The first party Nintendo and Mario titles are pretty much safe bets for the N64. And considering, in my opinion, there's only 25 to 30 games on the N64 out of the 296 released in the United States, most of them consist of Nintendo/Mario and Rareware games. So, like I stated before, save yourself a lot of money and don't buy all that N64 garbage. Okay, next up, you got Pokemon Stadium. Kind of like Mario Party, but for Pokemon, at least with the mini games. We got gameplay footage of this game on my channel. Just look for it. Good game, and you can actually transfer your Pokemon into the game from your Game Boy games and fight them in the actual arena and whatnot. That's mainly what Stadium is about, but I like the mini games as well. Cool game, great for parties and having friends over and all that type of stuff. Next up, Snowboard Kids, good game, published by Atlas. For the most part, Atlas is going to publish good stuff. I really don't know them to release too much of anything that I didn't like or don't like. Good game, snowboarding game, you're going downhill, got weapons and items and power-ups and whatnot. Cool stuff, good game, worth picking up. Not necessarily cheap. And the sequel, of course, is not cheap either, but I suggest picking it up as well, and that's Snowboard Kids 2. Pick both of those up if you can. Alright, continuing on with the Mario theme, Mario 64. This is a staple in the N64 collection, simply put. This game revolutionized 3D platforming gameplay as well as 3D platforming in general, or 3D games, especially back in 1996. Bright colors, not much of a story. Of course, Mario isn't known for a story. It's pretty repetitive, but great use of the analog stick. Even though the N64 controller is not good, it goes along well with this game, and this game really showed off what the N64 could do. Great game, revolutionary. In my opinion, one of the best games of all time. One of the, not the, but one of the, and it was very revolutionary for its time back in 1996. And this game actually, yeah, you know, 5th gen games, they really don't hold up too well in comparison to 3D games of now or recent, but that game holds up better to me than GoldenEye 64 or GoldenEye 007. That's just my opinion though. Yeah, the shooter, GoldenEye 007. Good game, worth having. Has not aged well, but it's a good game, worth having. Shooting action, of course. Got some story as well. You know, the battle mode is mainly what this game is known for, though. So that's pretty cool. Good game. All right, continuing on. Harvest Moon 64. Not a cheap game, worth having. You know what the Harvest Moon series is about. Good stuff. Kind of like one of the few RPGs for the N64. Yeah, that's right. The N64 doesn't have many RPGs. All right, another RPG for the N64. Even though, like I stated, that's not many, and that's Paper Mario. Good game, worth picking up. Okay, Mario Tennis. The only sports games I typically have are Mario games. Tennis is good, worth picking up. Mario Golf, worth picking up. Trying to get this moving. Clay Fighter 63 1/3. Save yourself a lot of money and get this game if you want a Clay Fighter game. Do not buy Sculptor's Cut. That game, Sculptor's Cut, is a horrible game. The graphics suck, the music sucks, the gameplay sucks. Even though this is pretty much very close to it, all they did was add more characters and other stuff into the Sculptor's Cut game, which was an exclusive to Blockbuster. But this game is just as good, and I actually like this game better. So you can get this game for like 10, 12 bucks. Save yourself some money and don't buy Sculptor's Cut. Sculptor's Cut is a horrible game. I do have it, and I'm not giving it away or selling it, but it's a horrible game. So there you go. That's my opinion. You don't like it, whatever. Mario Party, definitely a game worth having. Hudson Soft had a big hand in creating these games. These games, the whole Mario Party series for the N64, maybe some of the later ones as well, I believe. But that'll lead into my next few games I talk about. Mario Party. It's all about multiplayer action, competition against your friends, working together as well as working against them. Good game, worth picking up. This is the cheapest one. Mario Party 2, more of the same. Some people consider this the best one, at least for the N64 ones. And finally, Mario Party 3, the most expensive one, and quite a late release for the N64. Most of the late release N64 games are kind of expensive. They were done in low numbers. Moving on, Mario Kart 64. Probably my favorite game on the N64. Yes, it doesn't have a story. Yes, the AI is pretty rubber bandish. The faster you go, the faster the computer goes, especially on 150cc. I really don't care. I enjoy the game. It's fun. It's simple. I don't have to collect coins. I don't have to go in out of space. I don't, the whole Diddy Kong racing thing, I just did not like that game, but it's just straight and to the point racing action. I like the battle mode, simple, straight to the point. I like this game. So yeah, that's my opinion. Worth picking up. All right, Smash Brothers, the original for the N64, good game. Many people consider it broken. As far as like the gameplay and the how certain characters are like God tiered and whatnot, but whatever, it's a good game. I enjoyed it. It's not cheap. Yeah, I'm really surprised how much this game goes for, but it's definitely one of the better games on the N64. So good game, definitely worth picking up if you can find it for a decent price. Pokemon Stadium 2, more of the same Pokemon Stadium action, worth picking up. Let's see, Conks Bad Fur Day, more rareware action. Good game. One of the few mature rated games for the N64. Nintendo acted. They really didn't endorse this game. They really like to act like this game never even existed or came into existence. But good game. Not cheap by any means. A lot of people really desire this game though. So yeah, you can get it for a decent price. Pick it up. All right. Bomberman 64, one of my favorite N64 games. Great platformer as well as a great battle mode game. Good story. Amazing soundtrack in the story mode. Good game. Very good game. One of the best games on the N64. I don't think this game gets enough credit. Worth picking up. Get it. If you want to see gameplay footage of it, there's plenty of it on my channel. So just take a look around in my videos and you'll find it. Next up, Bomberman Hero, which came after Bomberman 64. This one is quite a bit different than Bomberman 64. Bomberman actually can jump on this game, but it's not as good of a game as Bomberman 64, but the soundtrack is amazing. This game has some of the best music I've probably ever heard come out of a video game, especially a cartridge-based video game. Good stuff. Check it out. Not expensive by any means. Good game. I enjoy it. Alright, kind of getting expensive again. That's Bomberman 64, The Second Attack. Late release for the N64. I think Vatical published this game and they didn't do a good job of advertising it. This game was not made in high numbers. It's not cheap. Yeah. So, good game. More challenging than Bomberman 64 and Bomberman Hero. The hardest Bomberman game on the N64, clearly. Good game though, worth picking up. As you can see, they clearly took some Pokemon / Kirby inspiration with Bomberman's pal, Palmy, right there. And he can actually level up kind of like a Pokemon, and depending on what you feed him and whatnot. So, yeah, very Kirby / Pokemonish. But good game, worth picking up. And finally, you know, no N64 collection will be, good without these games. And I'm not trying to start any issues here. Ocarina of Time, great game, definitely worth picking up. One of the better games on the N64, if not the best, in my opinion. I was really late to the Zelda party, but I was kind of missing out. I have to admit that. These games are great. It's a good game. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I actually played through Master Quest on the GameCube as well after I beat this one. Good game. I think it's actually better than Mario 64 when it comes to the best games on the N64. I enjoyed it. I like it. Good game. And finally, last but not least, of course, is Majora's Mask for the N64. Definitely worth picking up. Same Zelda type action as Ocarina of Time, just a little bit more dark themed. Yeah, good game, worth picking up. So there you have it. These are pretty much the only games for the N64 I can suggest. Most of the other ones, as I stated before, are pretty much trash. I'm not trying to start any issues here. This is my opinion. Take it or leave it. But for the most part, you know me, I'm quality, and I'm not gonna upload any junk, and I'm not gonna buy any junk. So you want junk games, that's cool, you do you, but no sports for the most part, and no garbage here. So these are safe bets. Probably turning comments off and ratings off on this video. I'm not trying to get any flame issues or wars or whatever down there. But thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe. And have a nice day. Good luck to my fellow collectors. Peace.